What's up, everybody?
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Hello.
However, whenever you're watching this, we appreciate you because you already know time is expensive.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, and welcome to another episode of Creativity
Unsheathed.
I'm Ollie-O-Rey.
And I'm the brother Nino.
And yes, that's what it says right there. We are brothers.
Yes.
And this is a show where we feel that
everyone wears masks.
Right. Yeah, right. There's always a layer or an onion of layers of, I don't know, personalities
Role we have to play on a daily.
Yeah, right. Once we step out the comforts of the walls of our homes or wherever we live, it's like sometimes you can't really be yourself, or it's hard to be yourself for the most part, knowing that a lot of people are so willing to judge and label you whatever,
Yep.
And speaking of the masks that we wear, what we're looking in today is a real treat for my childhood, at least, or for us growing up.
Yeah, growing up. Yep.
What we're looking at today is The Mask.
The Mask. Hell yeah.
Right, the official movie adaptation. The one thing or the movie that really sparked the franchise.
Yeah.
For Dark Horse and Mike Richardson, the creator and CEO of Dark Horse Comics. And if there was no Jim Carrey, there's no Mask.
Yeah, that man, he really brought it to life.
And
it's one of those lightning in the bottles.
Right. This is what it made it to be. It was one of Jim Carrey's hit films,
breakthrough roles,
right? Coming off of Ace Ventura
and In Living Color,
right? And his acting or just his facial expressions just really set the tone or for what the animations was looking for.
Enhanced it.
Right. It really gave that Tex Avery look, and if you didn't have that or just really setting the mythos of the Mask, it's you wouldn't have what Mask is today.
Yeah, he really brought it to life.
Yeah, so it first appeared as a sketch in 1985 in APA 5, which later got printed and released as a Mask with the Q, right? In Dark Horse Presents number 10. Then later,
like Masque,
right? Mask, however you want to say that. And then Chris Warner just really changed the look for him in late 80s and 1989, and then from there, Mayhem issues 1 through 4 of The Mask really set the tone, or it was loosely inspired the movie.
Oh,
yeah, and that was by the creative team of John Arcudi and Doug Mankey.
Oh, that's cool.
Right,
an adaptation of an adaptation. Right.
Yeah. And so Mike Richardson creating the Mask, but he gave it, left it in the hands of John Arcudi and Doug to really set forth of what the Mask is going to be, and
put their own flavor on it.
Yeah, for sure. And he really let that trust in them to let they really go forward with it. I'm pretty sure he had his say of what direction the Mask needed to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I don't really remember, but you said we watched this movie at a drive-in. It's like I was 4? When did this movie come out? 93, 94. So
you were 3. And watched it at Geneva Drive-In,
right?
In San Francisco,
by the Cow Palace.
Yeah.
So every San Franciscan knows about that drive-in. Comment below if you know about that drive-in. But I remember only going to that drive-in twice. That vaguely watching The Mask, but I remember going into the lobby where popcorn, buying all the concession stands, just remembering the Avengers arcade game,
so like the X-Men of the Avengers.
Yeah, so it's I really don't remember the movie. Maybe you guys said I fell asleep, but I just remember seeing the trailer on the videotape, just promoting it I think it was like a Nightmare Before Christmas VHS, and then they promoted the Mask.
Oh man, that's fucking awesome.
So it was all around the same time. You get this awesome stuff coming in fruition during the 90s, and I guess what really inspired my my, I guess, like creativity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just the comic aspect of it.
Yeah. So I mean, not knowing this was a comic, you know, now like really appreciating the medium of comic books and just what Hollywood is using as material and resource. Right? You really get to appreciate, you know, the medium and just what creators have made. And yeah, I mean, I think we should just really look into it and just see how much it really stayed true to the film.
Yeah.
So it is a two-parter. So we'll look into that. We'll look into both of them, just just for it to be a good, nice treat of comparison of the film. If you guys remember it or gonna watch this at the same time.
Right.
So this is actually a deleted scene. It is in here. So if you guys do have this or never seen it before, this.
Oh wow. Yeah. Even with the these guys.
Yeah, like so like they're saying like the Scandinavian Vikings came over here first. Oh. They buried the mask or the curse of Loki.
Oh right, yes, yeah.
Just to get out of harm's way or whatever. So we're just seeing where the origin of the mask came from.
Nice.
Right. Instead of in the movie, they showed it underwater in the briefcase.
Yeah.
Right. Some guy was trying to open it. Oh yeah, I see right here.
Yeah.
So it's cool that they added both the directors. Like we're actually seeing like a director's cut.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. It can be done, guys. It can be done. Comics.
Right. It's like you brought it up. You know, just like looking at this, you really can see how storyboarding and comics really go hand in hand. It's like millisecond, you're not seeing everything,
right?
But it's there as far as the main points, the main meat and potatoes of the storytelling.
Yeah, exactly. I think that does like Jim Carrey, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think you got the major points of his features.
Good business. He's at work at the bank.
Right. So of course, everyone who doesn't know what the story is about, you know, you get Stanley Ipkiss, played by Jim Carrey, after finding an ancient artifact that turns him into a Tex Avery-like character, allowing him to do anything he wants. But of course, you know, that comes with a price. You know, so from a zero to a hero, you know, I think this is really a good story.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure.
It's a really good story.
Straight up adventure.
Right, like you can for those on the unpopular side or those who trying to find themselves, I think you really can relate to Ipkiss, Stanley at that, you know.
Totally like a ducky.
Yeah, you know, it's like not everyone's like in the popular crowd or people front to be
just to be popular. Yeah. This is Cameron Diaz.
Man,
still looks like that.
So the documentary here, the featurette, says she was 19 in the making of this.
Man,
it's like that's crazy.
Yeah, that did not look 19.
It's like, what was the infant mill back then? It's like, it's crazy.
Like, damn. She played good character.
Right, and hey, her career like really skyrocketed after this.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean, it's like it wasn't really big Hollywood movies, but it was stuff that played to her suits.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure. Like Charlie's Angels.
Oh man, yeah, that really put her in Hollywood like standard.
Totally.
Right? And then Green Hornet.
Oh yeah, Secretary. So this is Dorian and his crew.
The Doctor is willing to operate.
Yeah, so some of these scenes are actually in the movie, guys. So you know.
Yeah. Right.
Like totally, this was in the movie as well.
Right. Really down to the T. It's like you know, yeah, of course, Millicent, you're missing some things, but it's just really cool how everything is there.
He's going in for an oil change, but then they're trying to scam him, saying he's a new transmission. So now they give him the loaner.
The loaner.
Right, so he gets invited to the Coco Bongo, and that's where it starts.
You know, I wonder how much Mike Richardson had to write or had to contribute to this? Like, what are the tweaks as a writer? Because he wrote the script to this. I just wonder how much or what did he really have in hand
in the movie,
or like just as far as in the writing of this script. Like, how did he go about it? Did he follow the first draft of the movie script, or was he part of being executive producer? Was
part of the creative process?
The writing team.
Yeah, that would be cool, right? Like James O'Barr being a part of the Crow. The movie.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, if we're gonna do it, it has to be done like this. Because I created it. I don't want it to be like nothing like it.
Yeah. It's like, it's your baby, right?
See, had he not gotten kicked out, you wouldn't be able to find
the mask. So if you guys know this bit, you know how he kicks it and he burns his hand. The car breaks down on him, or almost breaking down on him.
If you really look, you can
really there.
Holy shit. So yeah, it's totally like the movie, little tweaks here and there. But that's what the gutter is, guys.
Right? Like that's what the point is.
That's what the movie comes in.
Like where your imagination comes in.
Yeah.
Right, as the reader.
Exactly.
Yeah. Killian Plunkett really nailed down the likeness for the most part.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Let's see, right hand man. Cameron Diaz. Nice, same clothes.
Yeah, this must be like a deleted thing because this part wasn't in the film.
Yeah.
Neither was this being dropped off.
Yeah, this was not.
Right, because right after this scene finding it, it cuts to the scene walking up to his apartment.
Already, yeah.
Right? And then
I feel this is the one where up in the office.
Oh yeah.
When she was reading the newspaper.
Yeah.
But they put it down in the dining room. Yeah, this was not in there.
Oh yeah. See, like that's like later on. Hey man, got the time?
Yeah. Okay, so it's like you delete that, but then this is what the movie was.
Now the real star of this film was Milo.
Yeah, this guy. He was the star.
Right. Really, who knew? Like animals really know how to act. They really got added character to it.
Yeah. So from
Comic Bill, if you guys are any animal lovers.
From here to here, if you guys watch the movie, he turns on the cartoon Tex Avery of this episode.
Oh yeah, right.
So this cartoon would be playing around here, and then puts on the mask.
Yeah.
So better.
Really
That's pretty awesome, though. Comics, man. Tell stories.
And the effect, right?
Yeah, dude, look at that. For real.
The effect that it tried to replicate the CGI. And knowing that the CGI of this film really was like the test run of what they could done, like what could be, as far as computer graphics.
Yeah, because before this was a Roger Rabbit.
Yes.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
And I'm blanking on the title, but he had was it Jerry the Mouse dancing with the actor from Dick Van Dyke.
Oh yeah.
I forget what that film was, but yeah, he's just dancing and then he's with Tom.
Oh yeah.
Jerry the Mouse. But yeah. Those were like the first.
Dick Van Dyke.
The first like kicking off point of humans and cartoons interacting.
Yeah. Like, so would you consider Tom and Jerry anthropomorphic?
Oh yeah,
right?
without a doubt. I mean, just the way they're walking around.
Right.
Yeah.
And then in the later movie, they actually talk.
Yeah, but it's crazy how all the other animals talk, but they don't.
Right.
So it's like
I think once you talk, then you're anthropomorphic.
Mine is the very first movie. They
didn't talk.
No, they actually talk.
Oh yeah,
they're
you
like,
talk.
Yeah, right. Remember that
in the dining room.
You talked this whole time.
I thought you couldn't talk. I do want to get a replica mask if they have it. Sell it. I'll get it
for sure. Right, it's like, this movie really just made it really have an imprint and something that I can never get out of my mind as far as cartoons and
Oh yeah.
you know, us catching the reruns of of Tex Avery, Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Like this movie just really resonates for me as a creator, for us, you know.
Sure.
It's just like it's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like our love is white, and Jim Carrey coming off.
Oh fuck
you
yeah,
know?
dude.
It's like
I love Jim Carrey. For real. He really brought it out.
him, and then John Ritter.
Yeah,
Right,
for
like
sure.
our two favorite actors as far as physical comedy.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I mean, him a little overacting, but
Yeah.
his non-comedy movies compensate for that. Like he really
Yeah.
knows how to act.
When it comes to like serious drama.
Yeah, like the movie before this, Once Bitten.
Oh yeah, where it
Right.
becomes a vampire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And there was another movie, I forget where he was in the mountains, like snow skiing, and then he was doing his Sammy Davis Jr. impersonation. Bojangles.
Oh man. Look at this. Without digital.
Dude, seriously. And it's like, this is like classic cartooning.
Classic, right? Comic book. Look, no digital.
No, man. It's like, that just tells the story itself as plain and simple. Like,
Good imagination.
yeah, dude. And look, it really captures.
I wouldn't doubt that he probably looked at some old Looney Tunes comics,
Oh, for
right?
sure.
Back
yeah.
in the days.
Or just probably had it playing in the background.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Alright. Just to kind of set that tone.
Oh, this was in it. Roadkill. Oh yeah, see? Totally everything here going from the movie.
I believe he wants to communicate.
Nice. If you guys know this one. It was a good one.
Yeah, it's a good scene, funny scene. Now you have a giraffe.
Oh, so yeah, so as if that was a deleted scene
Mm-hmm.
where he got robbed before he walked up.
Exactly. And then look.
And this is where they come in.
So like those extra bits, the improvisation by Jim Carrey, it just really shows like how much the director, who was also the director of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3.
Oh,
He really allowed him just to, you know, have a ball.
Yeah,
you know,
do
let
his
him do his
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Like they actually wrote the script for Jim Carrey because he felt like they didn't want anybody else but Jim.
Yeah.
You know, because like it's just coming off of Living Color. All those bits just really,
show the exaggeration
and his range.
yeah.
You know.
Especially when he just flops on the floor and bends over backwards and all that.
For real. It's like.
Exaggerated mouth and everything. So this is part 2 in the movie. Oh, time for an overhaul. Yep. Looking awesome.
Disturbance.
It's Callaway.
Inner ear problem.
Eh?
Yeah, you didn't see his partner come in.
Yeah, it was just Callaway, right?
Yeah, just him and Ipkiss talking the whole time. We're not saying we watch this religiously or anything. It's just,
We watch it a lot.
yeah, we just kind of, you know, we just,
Playing in the background
Yeah.
noise and draw our own stuff.
yeah, just like we listen to, we had this playing in the background for the most part. You know,
Yeah.
it's like we're not really watching, we're just listening. And when we're drawing, you know, whatever, doing our thing.
We'll look up and down every now and then.
Yeah. And it's just, you know, looking at this comic just really kind of gives a fresh take on what comics or the power of comics can do,
Yeah.
you know.
Let us know what your favorite movie adaptation comic is.
Right? There's a lot out there. And we have a few that, you know, that are going to be on the queue list coming up. So we're going to be, you know, looking into that for sure.
This is the movie guide.
Man. This is an awesome soundtrack too.
Yeah.
So if you guys Spotify or whatever, it's
Yeah.
like it's pretty dope. I like from the big bang swing music to the jazz to
Yes.
to her part.
Yeah, it's in there.
yeah.
It's in there.
It's like I don't know. It's like maybe this album or like this soundtrack also made me fall in love with jazz. Like have that nice like just made me love jazz.
Yeah,
and from there hip hop. It just it's like I don't know. It's just a kid. When it hits you in a certain way.
For sure. Oh yeah.
There it is.
Nice.
Mr. Rumba Beats. So yeah, let's pop in the second one to see how it is.
Continuation. Can't make the scene if you don't have the green.
I better make a little stop. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want to zoom in or pause and look at this creative team, but it is there. Of course, it's the same creative team: Mike Richardson, Killian Plunkett, and we didn't mention it earlier, but it's Bruce Patterson on the inks. Right. And it seems like Plunkett has a straightforward drawing style, like nothing really too serious for Bruce Patterson just to go in and trace.
I wonder if the if the artist, if you watch the movie and pick pieces of the movie that he would want to draw for the book.
Oh, that is true.
Right?
That is. Oh yeah.
Right. Like,
cool.
did he even need a script or just pick these scenes, try and condense it into this 2-issue?
Man,
Right?
I really wonder now. Since you brought that up,
Right?
I wonder the scheduling.
Yeah.
What was the deadline for this adaptation to be done? Right? Because if and then again, maybe it's just the first draft, and that's why we're seeing these like deleted scenes.
All right, like a test screening.
Yeah, dude.
Test film.
Right, and like and then Mike Richardson comes in and just kind of fills the in between.
Yeah,
right, with that director's cut per se.
Probably watches the movie get edited, and then he picks. Oh, I can draw those scenes.
Right.
Yeah. See.
That's cool. Oh, it's a cool different angle. Like we got that quarter side view in the movie in the film, right? But comics you can do whatever as long as it's still there, right?
And he drew this. I'll do totally. Now I know how to draw. Right.
Thank you, Mr. Killian Plunkett.
Thank you. You don't need digital to draw, guys. Stop making excuses.
Nope.
Just draw.
Just draw.
Study up.
Right. You got comics. Learn from comics. Don't learn from people who are doing it wrong.
Yeah, wow, you even drew the whole dance. But even that too.
Dude, that's pretty
totally
cool.
Right? Like, okay, you probably picked the scene that you want to draw. Even this was in it too.
If you're curious, it's not really Cameron Diaz dancing. She did have a stunt double, and so did Jim Carrey. But for most part, he can dance.
Yeah.
I think for one of those high octane dance moves, you probably had to have a professional get in there.
This is my favorite part in the movie.
Okay.
This is like the best part.
And the fiscal year, funeral bouquets are deductible.
Ready by like hella characters just in that 10-15 minutes.
Right. Like you've seen a living color. in the Flash, you've seen all of his bits. It's like,
for real.
In a nutshell, boom, there's Jim Carrey, y'all.
Yeah, man, totally. He was perfect for this role.
Yeah, this part was funny too when you seen the crowd come up. Like it's like really meta,
yeah.
right? Scene with a scene or a world within the reality. It's like it's crazy.
Right, like like a mirror to mirror type paradox when you're in the hallway.
So it kind of really makes you wonder what
who's watching who,
or what Tex Avery and Looney Tune reality is.
Right.
It's like, what kind of deep meta is that?
right? And they were the first one to break the fourth wall, as far as cartoons or whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe television. No, maybe somebody else.
As far as far as film goes, Chuck
Jones.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so totally. Thanks. So Chuck Jones and Tex Avery were definitely the ones in Hollywood to set that bar as far as entertainment. Because other than Charlie Chaplin and the duo comedians in the black and white era.
Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, there you go. It's like those guys were the physical comedy, and then you got Three Stooges. And then, okay, what's next for entertainment? Color or black and white cartoons. Of course, So yeah, I mean, during that time, they're really putting cartoons or just acting, right?
And look how much they got away in those cartoons. How much they got away with.
Right. As far as the violence, and I think that's why it was a good choice of the director from using Nightmare on Elm Street, because you get that physical cartoon comedy,
right?
The kills, the anvils, whatever. But you're really seeing that in horror. It's like
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, that's why sometimes people, it's they find it funny, or it's like, oh, you guys are sick-minded. Like, how are you sick-minded when you feel like Looney Tunes or Tex Avery? Then it's like
this is a horror version of it.
Yeah, exactly. Or if right. Same thing with Three Stooges. Like, there's a lot of physical comedy, and it's like,
right, like somebody holds a dynamite, blows up in their face, and then Freddy Krueger takes you and blows up the TV in your head.
Yeah,
same thing,
same concept. So yeah, I mean, it's really cool and it's awesome. Back off, monkey boy.
I'll tell you that. You're a little piggy bank. Report to the club. Where did that come from? You're a genius.
Pure genius.
You look like Jim Carrey's character, drunk grandpa.
Totally, I see it. Yes.
Pork and beans.
Yeah, totally deleted scene. Even this.
Yeah.
So if anything, this is probably all Mike Richardson, like just filling in the gaps, like whatever the studio okayed.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're leaving these scenes out. Mike, you can just go in.
Yeah.
Fill in the bits.
Yeah,
right? But just make sure you stick to the whatever script.
Yeah. Like you could put doing the deleted. So like the comic book complements the movie.
Totally.
He's so caught.
But you told me to freeze. Alright, unfreeze.
And I'm feeling so horny.
So what are they gonna do, Sarge?
Start pulling like cartoons, pulling all the stuff out of his pockets.
And I like the choice, the director, the camera choice. It's a down shot and you're seeing all the clutter.
Oh yeah.
Because in the film, all you're seeing is just a quarter view, and as you keep pulling stuff, but you're not really seeing it on the ground.
Oh yeah.
I think comic wise, I think it was cool to show and then not tell.
Yeah.
Instead of again pulling. So you probably would be getting a 9-panel grid if you would have to.
Oh yeah.
Right, but whatever.
He was doing like a magician's trick. But at least you see everything.
Yes. Yeah, that's cool. And it's like, it's like you can really, like watching this and then like reading a book or just looking at this, you can really just learn storytelling, beats.
Like you can execute certain punchlines and stuff like that.
Sure. Yep. Yes, sir.
The jokes. Yeah. Nice. Wow. What? Why, you son of a bitch?
Picture of Calloway's wife. Oh yeah, see, cool. You even got that bit. That's nice.
Nice.
It's cool.
Almost like a Ren and Stimpy-esque.
See, this is cool too. Like, you know, just the action lines and motion lines. Would you still draw him? Like, different position here, different position here, but like it's trends.
Oh yeah.
You know,
kind of like how they draw Flash.
Right. Like as a moving, like moving in time and stuff.
Right.
You know, would you add that, or do you think that's cool as is?
If I had enough room.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had enough room. Or if I just want to cut time, I'll probably do that.
Right. Yeah, again, because we don't know the scheduling or the deadline for this.
Yeah.
If they wanted to promote it at the same time, you know.
Yeah, totally. It's like without drawing a lot, you know. But then you see it.
It's like it's enough information.
Yeah. But it also at the same time kind of like makes him look like a octopus, like extra limbs, you know.
Yeah, I think that's why I think it's his way of going translucent.
Like breaking the color.
Yeah, like it's not solid black, but what's more important is the hand movements.
Yeah, where it's going.
Yeah, and it works because maybe that's why he said you want to look like an octopus, so that's why he kind of broke it up right here.
Yeah,
right there.
And you still got to use action line.
Yeah. Mr. Rumba Beats.
Nice. I wonder if anyone has costume for Halloween this character.
Chicka boom. Yeah,
That would be scary.
I don't know if it was on YouTube or IG. It might have been. I might have seen a fan dressed up as this one. Yeah.
With good. Like, I wonder if it's a rubber mask or if it's like real.
Yeah, it's just really cool that he's just showing the effect that can be done. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's really cool. The whole bit with Dorian.
I mean, yeah, I admit, like, seeing digital effects works, like, as movies. If you want that movie effect.
Yeah.
In comics, but if it's really just about, like, storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it works. It's great. So Dorian puts on the mask. Man. It just gets swindled by the reporter.
Man.
Can't trust anyone.
Nope. Yeah, now we got Dorian wearing the mask, so...
Another deleted scene. Yeah, didn't see it. She got killed.
Oh yeah. So yeah, guys, if you guys don't have the movie, or you guys have the movie, never seen the deleted scenes, never really paid attention to it, but yeah, look, they put it in the comic.
So he gets framed. It just gets framed. Throws him in a slammer. This was a good scene.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like all the scenes with him and Milo were like really improv and just really shows like his Jim Carrey's acting chops.
Yeah, good chemistry
For sure. I like I like that silhouette. It's like a different
good break.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's like because in the film, they're looking in.
Yeah.
After she leaves, but we're looking outward as she leaves. It's pretty cool.
Oh, they did the whole cheese bit. Simply stressed out here.
Gotta turn on the light for this one now, y'all. It's getting a little dark.
So he got out. Milo got his master out. So they headed back to the Coco. They headed back to the Coco Bongo. The Coco Bongo.
Nice.
Coco Bongo. Oh, there it is.
The real hero.
So wasn't he in part 2 as well? They didn't have a pet.
Maybe.
Aside from, or just a baby, huh?
Maybe it's gotta just add that little the animal bit. Maybe they got their own dog.
Milo with the interception.
Nah, it's football season, y'all.
Yeah, totally.
It's all there. Right? Even shootout bit.
Yeah, right. If you guys have a story to tell, you want to draw it.
Really study movies, guys.
Yeah.
Right? Movies and TV, other than comics, movies and TVs help you guys out with compositions, pacing, beats.
Look at this, a precursor to him playing the Grinch.
Oh, dude, totally. Like just that
man.
just that whole thing right there. Man, it's a pretty cool bit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Imagine a trading card.
Right?
Alright. They aced them. They got him.
And that's it. Wow. So, we still get the mayor bit.
Oh yeah. He's not. The mask. Dorian, the mask.
Wow. So they really even add the flesh. So they really added,
Yeah.
or they sped up actually, right? This whole bit. Wow. And you don't see Stanley's friend jumping in the water for it.
Milo, let's go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, but that scene at the end, they had to reshoot it because I forget, they said it in here, but I forget if it was if the director, producer, writer, like they wanted Milo to get the mask, so to really kind of show a cliffhanger, I guess.
Oh, like to be continued.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah. But yeah, no, that was
The movie in the comic book form, y'all.
Time Cop was another bit.
Starring Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Right, it was another film that kind of put Dark Horse
Yeah.
on the map, and it could before Marvel. Dark Horse made it happen. They made it happen as far as being one of the independent creator-owned comic books.
Judge Dredd
being one of them as well, and just to go on along with The Crow during the 90s.
Yeah.
It's like the 90s was like all indie. It was like indie year or indie, like an indie decade for some reason. You know what I mean? It's like you got.
And then they pushed Aliens as well.
Yeah, so it's like Dark Horse was really setting the trend as far as being that publishing company.
Willing to risk to put comic book movies out there.
Risk, they definitely put the risk in their comics. Let alone to have licenses to, we just seen of Star Wars, and then Aliens, Predators. Like they really got the trust from this no-name company.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then now just like really prove themselves that they can do it. They can make comics. They can sell comics.
Before even Marvel thought about it. I mean, they're pretty sure they thought about it with like the Punisher with Dolph Lundgren and whatnot, but they actually made an impact. Like actually made money.
Yeah.
Being independent as well.
Yeah. See, look, that's kind of forgettable, but that was a thing. Dolph Lundgren was the Punisher, and again, so I mean, you really seen during the years that even with the failed Fantastic Four film, they tried to do that during that time of the 80s, but it just really shows if you have a good studio behind you
and believe in your work,
right, and if the stars align and everything just happens, it
will happen,
right, and just look what happened.
Just don't give up, guys.
No.
Keep going.
Hell yeah, just keep going.
You have a good idea, just put it out there.
Yeah, just keep going. You just never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right after the height of this film being so popular, you getting the soundtrack, and they wanted to continue the mythos. So of course they came out with The Mask Returns, and then the Mask Strikes Back, and then this came out recently, like 2018. I Pledge Allegiance to the Mask. This kind of takes play like on the political outlook on it, and yeah, I mean, just just take on that mythos, and you just taking it to a different level with different content, whatever. They are all number ones. I was late of picking up the other three. This was a 4-issue miniseries, same as this one, 4 issues, and I think this one was 5. So I mean, I'm still in the hunt for the rest of them. I mean, I've read them, and it's fun. It still has that mask mythos, that influence, and yeah. I mean, it really just made me more curious on how they're gonna end, how they're gonna go about their ending.
Right, and it's just, like, it's interesting. Like, whoever puts on the mask, it's like you're kind of curious of what's their agenda.
Yeah,
Are they gonna use it for good, bad, or like what? Like, what's in their mind?
Right, point and take of I Pledge Allegiance to the Mask.
Yeah.
Like, during this time, you had that whole, with Biden and Trump, and it's like, I think like a commentary of like the whole thing that's going on at that time, and just using the mask. Mm-hmm. Just like how Frank Miller used Batman. And just having a whole political outlet or view in that book. Yeah. So I think that's just what he wanted to go for here. So
and mind you, whoever wears the mask makes them invulnerable almost.
Yeah.
But you can't die.
True.
So you just take that cartoon aspect where you just can't die.
Yeah, man.
You take the bullets, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a trip. Like, it makes you invulnerable, invisible almost.
Right. But it's like, again, you might, at what risk? Which
one are you gonna bring out?
It's like in when you said Jim Carrey in the bit after the alley scene. With these powers, I can be a superhero.
Right.
But first,
yeah, right.
It's like,
but
personal agenda.
Yeah.
Like you said, personal agenda. What are you trying to get out of this?
Yeah.
With such power.
Right. And look what he did in the beginning of the movie. He robbed the bank.
Right. Just because he wants to.
Yeah. Go to the Coco Bunga.
Right. Just because he wants to put on the facade that he's somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because of the night before that he got kicked out because he was a nobody.
Yeah.
Right. And we're gonna end this segment with a motivational quote for y'all, or maybe not a motivation, just a quote. But we're gonna take it off from this movie, and
from the professor,
right, once he sees him in the office, or just when he's looking at
TV screen,
right, and it was a commercial
talk show,
of his book about the mask we wear, and then he stated, metaphorically speaking, it's the mask that we wear. And to go off of that, it's like how we started this episode. Everyone wears a layer of mask to either protect themselves or just to put up a front, put up a facade that they're somebody.
For the moment.
For that moment. It's like and you can't let that really be your identity. Your identity. Just because it's popular of whatever it may be, of hanging out with a certain crowd or seeing what's on television or the movies, it's like that's not you. It's like, you may be living in a similar predicament or whatever it may be, that's not you.
You can still hang out with these people, but you can still be you, and if they can't take that, then you don't need to be with those people.
It's just, you really gotta, sometimes you gotta cut ties and just really shrink down that circle and really find that true self.
Willing to take off that mask and just be Stanley Ipkiss.
Right. And he didn't need it at the end.
Right. And still got the girl.
Right. Still wanted to take him for who he was, for who he is. Right.
For sure.
So that goes for same for y'all. So you guys know what to do. Stay creative. Tell your story.
Stay independent. Have your own voice.
Be good. Stay good.
Spread the positivity, guys.
Right.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Smoking.